Hello and welcome back to more Wavetale. A couple things to kind of go and address right at the beginning. You guys might end up still hearing the sound of the bell on my cat's collar. It is now at this point the sound of me being defeated. My cat only wants to wear the collar if the bell is attached, and I kind of need them to be willing to wear the collar for when I'm traveling. So I'm slightly defeated on that note. I did go and at least like check and make sure that should be pretty safe to wear. Like I can't just like pull the little bell off and such. Freaking little ring that bell is on is sturdier than the ring that my keys are attached to, which kind of caught me by surprise. I wasn't expecting it to be so sturdy. Most of the time I've seen those in the past, they've always been really, really fragile, but it being so sturdy is one of the reasons why I'm kind of willing to let the bell just still be there. The next thing to kind of address, probably this video or the next is going to be the last one, and I don't really I was expecting like maybe just a little bit more, but if this is gonna be the next, or I'm losing track of my thoughts. If this or the next video is gonna be the last one, the series will definitely be over a lot. Oh, I accidentally bought one of the outfits I didn't want to buy, but if this series is over that soon, I definitely won't really have been prepared for it, because I felt like this was going to still be just a little while longer yet. Sigrid, I presume. Cassius warned me of your arrival on the radio. Could you start by freeing my ship? Don't want to sound selfish, but it would be practical and, well, it's right there. Well, that should be simple enough, I suppose. Fantastic. Oh. Well, that's not waiting for me.
Around here, are you?
No, I live at the night orchard.
Old botanical garden, eh? Did some work there with my dad. Watering systems mostly. Boy, the man in charge of the garden sure knew a lot about plants.
Are you talking about John Skagerrak?
That's the one. How did you... Oh my! You're that little blue-haired squirt who always got pricked by the rose thorns. You're Iris, Sigrid.
You knew my mom?
I did. Thought she was a self-centered little brat.
No.
There's more to that story. I'll get to it once I'm done greasing the engine.
I was thinking that that would just be an autoplay thing, but no, I actually had to manually progress that. Well, I kind of want to go mess around with whatever this little setup is over here. I think I've been through this. No, this looks new. This should be a new one of the little time trial courses, right? There you are. But what's that in your face? Oh, I see. It's the look of someone in need of a new challenge. You up for it, Ziggy Zag? Sure. Let's go ahead and try this. Oh, that's interesting how this one is put in a spot where you can't just go and hook into the one thing and make progress. So this seems to be like more of a trade for like, are you going faster using one of the jumps, or are you going to go and get the little timer? So of course there does seem to be a fair amount where we can just get the timer anyways. Oops. Oh, I might still manage to be able to get that. Oh, I'm eating a lot of time trying to get that though. that maybe wasn't the best way to spend that time. And we got that one, grab that one, and we should be good, I would assume. Oh, no, we still got more. Oh, we've got more of these little pillar things to land on. Oh, I'm cutting it close, though. Come on, we can make this, I think. Okay, I was a little worried there. So we've gone and managed to beat this one as well now. And I think there's just one challenge left at this point. So I think I've kind of talked about all the stuff that I needed to. I didn't write any notes in advance in this case, so I might have forgotten some stuff here or there. But just random thoughts from stuff from before this. It's always interesting seeing what kind of articles pop up when I'm like looking at. Oh, not gonna talk? Fine. Back in my element. Thank you, Water Walker.
One ship coming your way, Peppy.
Hunky dory.
So, that story about my mom?
Oh, right. I met her during my activist years when we campaigned together.
What did you campaign for?
For the dandelion to be shut down. The workers told some worrying stories, my mom included, about how they were treated, about the side effects of the spark extraction. But people didn't listen, so we tried to make them.
Did it work?
What do you think? Better get back to this. Talk later.
Okay, that just made me think of a different topic, so I'm gonna go get. Actually, no, there's a ship right here. The ships are all right close by, so might have to just go and wait until we've got a long distance between places, so I can try talking. Try talking then. Okay, that was not going like I was intending. You know, I'm not even gonna ask what kind of black magic lets you do that. I'm just happy that you found us.
You mentioned you didn't like Mom?
That's right. I wrote her off as a privileged rascal looking for attention. Your grandmother was a higher up at the Dandelion after all. But with time, I had to admit to myself that she just cared. It's a hard thing to do to change your mind about someone. I'm glad I was brave enough to do it. She became one of my closest friends.
I'm glad to hear she had that. Friends.
And the last ship is right on over here. Let's see, can I not smack into it this time?
Ooh.
Wow, thanks a lot.
Another one incoming.
I'm ready. Come join us as soon as you have enough sparks, will you?
Okay, so now I'm looking for sparks, and I'm heading back to the area I just came from. I suppose I should have expected that. But the change of topics that came to my mind hearing the story. I've been talking about a lot of like I feel like there's more to the story of the Whistlers and the Dirty Paws and such. And I know some people I've talked with in the past get annoyed when I like want to hear all the sides to stories and such, and they've gotten annoyed and like, oh well, you can have just purely evil people and media. I'm fine with purely evil people, but you can still have a purely evil like force and want to know why they're doing what they're doing. Like it's just a form of like it's a part of the character, and I don't want I'm not like some of my other friends who want to know why they are doing evil things to try and sympathize with a villain or such that is wholly evil, because stories can have characters that are just evil for the sake of being evil. Oh dear goodness, I've not forgotten some, or I've forgotten all the examples that I would like to give, but there's plenty of stories that I've read in the, well, um, a lot of the villains in the, Tolkien poems and novels are just evil for the sake of evil. Like, that was one of Tolkien's things, if I remember right, was he didn't want you questioning who was good and who was bad. Evil was evil and that was it. And like, I can enjoy stuff like that, but I also like knowing why the evil is wanting to do its evil stuff. And I had more.
And that's all of them.
Nice work. And Sigrid, I'm sorry about whatever happened to Iris. You have my condolences.
Thank you, Peppy. And thanks for sharing your story.
Happy to, kiddo.
I had some more nuanced thoughts, but those are not forming words well with trying to also do commentary and play the game. But yeah, you can have sympathetic villains, and you can have villains that are evil just to be evil. And in fact, there are some villains that I actually don't like when they started like getting made into sympathetic villains, because it's like, no, this person at this point is kind of done. They've done too much like absolute horrible stuff for you to start like just going, oh well, they're actually this really sweet person. It's like, no, it's like, if you had like shown me them being like I'm not thinking of how to word this well, because this is back to that, it's a nuanced topic. Like, you can have good characters that are driven to do irredeemable things. You can have irredeemable villains that you can feel sympathetic towards, but it always feels like there's a certain point in time where the deeds that a villain has done has kind of cemented them as just being evil. Like, there's a certain point where they shouldn't get redemption. I'm thinking of one of the mangas that I've been reading recently, and I won't say the name of the manga because then there would be spoilers or such, but I actually forgot to mute my phone this time, so for once I'm not mad at my phone for going off. I just simply got to mute it this time. But where I got distracted by that. Oh, I should hit this, because otherwise we're just gonna stand here staring at that for a moment. So we'll do this, and then after we're on the move again, I'll try and get back on that thought if I haven't forgotten it. After discussing with Miss Skagerak, we've both agreed that our main focus should be to find a spark reactor. With all the spark energy you've gathered, it seems we're all ready to go, no?
Yeah.
Ready, Captain.
Ah.
Oh, this is our cabin boy, Peter.
Yeah.
At your service, miss.
Ha.
Nice to meet you, Peter.
Oh.
Yeah, drop the niceties. Let's move along and go grab what we need. Okay, so escort the ships. Okay, so it looks like we're heading off in this direction.
Can I try?
She's not so fond of strangers, unfortunately.
Yeah, I can relate to that. Newcomers
rarely mean anything good around here.
They don't?
No one from the outside ever gave a dab about the Hill Crew. Only came around when they needed us.
You mean like us?
Yeah, I guess. But you gave something back, chasing off that snake. After the war, people who used to make us work for peanuts at the Dandelion just came pouring in. But this time, we didn't even have peanuts to offer. So we turned them down, decided to keep to ourselves. We made them real mad.
Wait, this must have been way before you were born.
Well, unlike all the hill folks who fought in the war, stories don't die.
Well then. But back to what I was saying about the one manga. The current, like, major antagonist, well,
Watch out!
not the major antagonist, deuteragonist? No, that deuteragonist is the secondary protagonist, right? I forgot the name for the secondary antagonist. If I remember right, there is like an actual fancy term for it, but I am pressing the wrong button, that's why I'm not doing it. But yeah, the secondary antagonist who was kind of, well, you can still have two major antagonists, but they're one of the antagonists of the manga. They've done horrible things. They've shown zero remorse for anything that they've done, and the manga is just currently like, oh, they're going to get redeemed because the protagonist wants to save them. And it's like, no, just the manga doesn't stray away from death, so kill the antagonist. Let that
What's with all
be
rocks
the
over
resolution.
That, my friend, is the Needle Prick Memorial. A small token of gratitude to those who fought against the Dirty Paws and didn't make it back.
there? Oh, who built it?
Don't know. Maybe one person. Maybe 100. One day it was just there. And people kept adding to it. At least until this area got too cleaned up to be safe. It's mostly stones and scrap parts from the area. But they're placed with love.
Grandma? Is this where Grandpa died? Granny?
We used to go to the pine forest here before the war, you know. Every fall, me and John, to pick chanterelles. I always made him cover his eyes for the last part of the way. It was my secret mushroom place, you see, and he wasn't very good at keeping secrets. He would have slipped and told someone if they asked, I'm sure of it. And now, he sleeps here, on a bed of chanterelles.
Such unnecessary evil. We can't let this happen again.
Okay, so off forward more we go. Wow, that was that is odd seeing like these deep black
All right,
spots when it goes
let's
down
hope
deep.
this works.
But yeah, that I've still kept
This
on.
place gives me the chills.
It does that to you. This is where the final battle against the Dirty Paws took place. We paid a heavy price, but we finally took them down.
But yeah, I've kept on reading that particular manga because I've read it from the start. I'm going to read it to the finish.
Here we go again.
I'm like 1,000 chapters in, I think, is where it's at. I'm going to freaking finish it for that sort of time investment, even if I'm not necessarily happy with how it's going. And who knows, maybe I'll get surprised and they'll go the route of the villain is irredeemable and got killed in the end. And that actually is kind of a arc that I enjoy if it's done well, which is the hero's trying to redeem the villain and the villain just going, no, F off, I'm evil. Are we gonna get another little story or not?
Are we visiting Rufus?
Yeah, he would know where we could find a spark reactor. One of those wrecks gotta have one in working condition.
He's not gonna like this. Not fond of visits, that man. Especially not impromptu ones.
I brought a box of his favorite tea leaves. Hopefully enough for the trade.
What Trevold said about the dirty paws, about the whistlers. I've never even heard that name. Who are they?
Well, now we're getting now Sigurd's finally starting to ask questions like that and not just go and make the same decision everybody else has, that, oh, they're just evil because that's how we've always seen them. And that's, again, that's another thing that I can kind of like, it's odd. This whole episode for like commentary on this like good versus evil thing, I keep basically like saying that I like stuff I hate and I hate stuff that I like, with how it's basically like been sounding. And I guess it's mainly just I get annoyed when it's done poorly. Because I can enjoy irredeemable villains that they try to redeem. I might not necessarily like it if they redeemed the irredeemable villain, but I also can enjoy a villain that can be redeemed. Like, there's been a few villains in stories and manga that I've read where they weren't redeemed and they just went down being evil to the very end. But the way the story had handled them up to that point, like, I would have been fine if they got redeemed at the end. I love this island.
Oh, no.
We need to get that poor sod out of there.
Oh, that's not at all what I was expecting. Yeah, what? Happy? Why are you here? What's with the crowd?
Oh,
That gloom wave overran all of Strandville. We needed reinforcements. Now we need stuff. I hear you have a spark reactor. Can't come into my home and just demand things. We brought tea leaves. Tea leaves? Well, there should still be a working reactor in this ship here. You'll need to clean this place up if you're going to have a shot at getting up there. Well, Sigrid, get to it. Rufus being bribed by tea leaves. I understand the feeling well. I too can probably be... Well, yeah, no, I can be bribed with tea leaves and food, I suspect. But it has to be really good tea leaves and really good food. Otherwise I'm just gonna eat the food and drink the tea and run. Oh, I do want to talk more about like the subject of good versus evil, but I can feel that I'm repeating myself a lot while also not addressing it as properly as I feel like I should. I feel like I got really rambly without trying to be rambly. But maybe I can work on putting some thoughts together and like actually have them put together for when we finish this all up, because I feel like we should be pretty close to. And also, we have this aim mechanic that we have just simply never used. And I do not, for the life of me, know if it was used for anything other than, like, attaching to certain things or not. Well, I don't know what that sound just was, but that made me slightly nervous. Okay, we'll get up here. I really want to smack this one, but I don't think I can. Nope. Bad decision. Bad decision. Hello, all of you. Let's just get you on out of here. Oh, we have the little charging ones here. Oh, am I going to be defeated here? Wait, possibly. Oh, no, my health's back to full. You shall never defeat me. Okay, you're trying really hard, though. Got a button. Surely there's more than... Ooh. That's an awesome view. Though, I do have to... Walking on that makes me kind of nervous. I'm not sure if it's just me, but I honestly feel like this might be the dandelion. Wait, no. We already found out what the dandelion was, right? I think I just forgot what the dandelion was. Well, they went and got that quickly and simply enough. I was about to say that this hat bothers me slightly, and then I realized that the hat actually has little holes at the back for the hair to pop out like that. So it's just not, it's not actually awkwardly clipping through the hat. It's actually got little holes there for the hair to come out at the back. It's kind of nice too, because it makes it look like a little feather. But let's see. Yeah, we're at about half hour. I think we can finish it in this episode. All right, that's what we needed. Let's get going. Before you leave, Water Girl, go and clean off my generators as well. I'd prefer to have my radiator working tonight. Of course, I'll do that. Figgy, we're in a hurry. You can go ahead. I'll be right behind you. Well, make it quick. You heard the lady. Make it quick. I'll be inside. I have to admit, the longer the game goes on, the more I go from, like, enjoying the grandma character to, like, feeling very neutral about her. Like, I don't hate her or dislike her, at least not yet, but right now I feel very neutral. And it feels odd for that, since I started off liking the character. But just the way they've behaved towards everybody else is just kind of like made me not like the person. Like, even Sigurd, who's their own family, it feels like they're not treating very well. And I don't like not treating people well. Like, sure, I fight people in games and such, but in, like, real life, I try to be polite wherever I can be, so, like, but then again, I also know that I'm also a grumpy person, so I try to be polite, but I also know I come off as a extremely grumpy and blunt person, unfortunately. But, it bothers me being rude, and in games I can ignore it because there's the suspension of disbelief, because it's a game, it's not reality. And I'm actually going to drop that topic before I say anything else, because that's another nuanced topic that I am not the person to be discussing about it. Okay, we've got 2 of the 3 generators active. The gloom is really thick out here, it seems like. I am kind of curious. if that is the dandelion or if I've just, like, forgotten stuff. Because I'll be perfectly honest, at this point in time, if we've been told or shown what the dandelion is, I've forgotten it. Because I don't think the oil rig fields that we saw forever ago, I don't think those were the dandelion, but maybe they were, I don't know. Okay, want to head this way now. Ooh. Nice little flight, and we should be able to make this without problem. That's not what I was expecting. Do I need to use the momentum from this? Not land there, but instead, yeah, no, that's not working right either. It's not moving. I don't see anything else I need to go grab onto. Run. Oh, well, I was gonna try and double jump, but, I've messed something up here, and I don't know what it is. Let's try this once again. And land. Run. Jump. Oh, darn it. Oh, I think I might have an idea of what the problem is for that. I think I'm holding that button down too long, so it's causing me to go into a glide sooner than I'm intending. Okay. Run, jump, glide. Okay. So help me. How the... Oh my goodness. Launch. Okay, I can't double jump from that. Why is that not wanting to work? So help me if I don't make it this time. Oh my goodness. Why am I failing that? Surely there's not something else around here that I need to go to, right? No. It really does look like it's just this. And I'm just messing it up each time. Like, I'm touching down right there, but I'm failing it. Why? Okay, we'll try this one last time. And if it doesn't work this time, then I'm going to go ahead and cut. Okay. Threatening to cut the video was apparently what I needed to do to succeed that. Plants are regrowing.
What's the matter? You look like you've seen a ghost.
The Striders! I couldn't hold them back. And then the Dirty Paws showed up.
The Whistlers.
Yeah, the Whistlers. Anyway, I was sure they would kill me. But they didn't. Actually, I think they tried to...
Help you?
Yeah.
You know, all those stories you've been fed are not to be trusted.
How do you know?
Because I am one of those dirty paws you're all so afraid of. Although I prefer to be called by our rightful name. Care for a cup? That beloved dandelion of yours spat its poison into the sea. Eventually, it reached our lands. Big, nasty blobs that crawled onto our fields and destroyed our crops. We sent message after message to make you understand the damage you were causing, but you wouldn't listen. So eventually, we took matters into our own hands.
What did you do?
We realized we had to stop the gloom ourselves by sabotaging the Dandelion's main conduit. Our boat got hit just after midnight. 3 of us were killed immediately, and 1 lived long enough to say his prayers. I was crying like a babe, but having no wound severe enough to stop me, I kept going. Just before dawn, I reached my target. It was all up to me now. Our scientists had devised a fluid that was meant to drip into the heart of the dandelion and stop the machinery from running. Our mission was to pump it into one of the central vents, and that's what I did. I pumped the fluid in, plugged the vent, and I left. I didn't look back at first. The only thing I could think of was getting away. But then, when I turned my head, the entire thing had turned into a monster. Gloom shooting out like fountains of black saliva. I remember thinking of 100-armed octopuses and giant spiders, mythological creatures from my childhood stories. Then came a deafening thunder. The whole thing started to burst. Well, I guess you know the rest.
The ground cracked, the ocean roared, and Strandville was lost in the deep.
After what I caused, I couldn't bear to face anyone. So I settled here.
How did you survive the explosion?
All I know is that I passed out. When I woke up, the sea was calm. But the city was gone. And the people. All we wanted was to put an end to our misery. You understand? I followed the instructions, but it didn't work out. It didn't... Sweet mother of sparks, I should have died with the others.
You tried to save your people. You didn't know this would happen.
You're very kind. Just like your mother.
My mother.
She was my friend, the bravest person I ever met. She listened to us, even after the flood. She believed me when I told her that we never meant any harm. She even wanted to help me put things right, so we set out to try and fix the damage I'd caused. But we never... She never... She was investigating methods to change the behavior of the gloom. One day she came to my hideout looking for clues, as she put it. I told her to get lost. She wasn't easily scared. Like mother, like kid, I guess. She had been breeding flowers, you see. Some kind of modified version of the night weaver. An herb we grow back home. She had learned that its roots could bind the gloom back into the weave rock and stop it from spreading. She wanted me to take her to the pipe that started the rupture. Her idea was to pour some spark-induced night weaver seeds into the central vent and turn the dandelion into a sort of mending machine. Don't ask me about the science. That was her forte.
So you went back there.
Yes, child. She even made us go inside. She said it was crucial. I refused at first, but your mother was a very convincing woman. And I know you won't believe me when I tell you this, but it was as though the gloom felt threatened by us. Your mother fought for her life. I lost my right leg trying to save her, and I'd gladly give my left too, if that could bring her back. Since then, the gloom has kept spreading, like the plague it is.
Is there nothing left to do?
The airship manages to fight it off to some extent, using spores from the Nightweaver. But we have nowhere near what would be needed to fight it off forever.
What about this?
By all sparks, where did you get that? We have to get you to the airship. You have to show them!
The airship! They're gonna shoot it down!
What? Who?
That machine Cassius was talking about. It's a spark weapon to shoot down the Whistler's barge.
Oh, those fools! May the gloom drown them! Curse all of them and their trigger-happy fingers! They're nothing but a bunch of short-sighted idiots! You must stop them, do you understand? Do whatever it takes to keep those morons from firing. Then you have to find Moira. Just follow the barge.
Moira?
The Whistler's leader. She's the only one who can make use of that seed. Now go!
I'm so happy that we got the other side of the story. And it's actually very in line with what I would have expected. Is it just gonna have a shortcut there?
Grandma, I need to talk to you.
Quite busy here. What's the matter?
Grandma, listen to me. Don't fire.
What? Where are you? What's taking you so long?
Well, I got caught up in the fog, and then the polished ship came flying, and I thought I was gonna die, but Granny, they saved me. They sprayed something, and then there were flowers everywhere, and Rufus said that...
That bum at Needlebrick? Siggy, I don't have time for this. Just hurry up and come home.
Promise you won't do anything more until I'm there.
You're breaking up. Just vamoose on back now, will ya?
Granny?
Oops. I was not intending to dive into the water there. But, we have the last the last of the races, I believe, because I believe there's only 4. Ziggy-Zag, I think your surfing is even smoother than last time I saw you. Don't worry, I'll always find new ways to challenge you. Ready? Yep. Oh, this looks interesting to try and deal with. Hopefully I should be able to get a fair amount of time from these two at the start. Okay, this is actually going quite well. Ooh, this is where I'm going to lose a bunch of time, isn't it? Yeah, this feels like where I'm going to lose time. Oh, that's where I lost my time. And, oh dear goodness. The forward momentum of this doesn't always feel like it's the best. Okay, we've got that. Down onto the water. Jump. Missed it. That's not desirable. No! Ah! I'm annoyed with that. I feel like I should have been able to make that. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I feel like I should have been able to make that. Oh. Those mistakes killed me though. Okay, let's try and do this with as much speed as we can manage. Having that momentum is so nice, but we lose it so quickly here. Yeah, hitting that feels like it should keep our momentum going forward. Instead, it sends us up, but we lose pretty much all our forward momentum. And let's land on this part this time. Okay, with that, we've got more speed. Okay, I was able to grab that time. Okay, there we go. Now we're doing much better. Yeah, we should definitely be able to make it this time, I feel like. Actually, now I'm seeing how far we still have left to go, so, maybe not. Yeah, no. This is gonna be cutting it short at best. Nope, we failed. I missed that one watch, and that was what killed me for that run. Okay, let's try this again. The other thing that makes it slightly hard is my camera gets locked for just a little bit at the start, and that makes it hard for me to go and like move forward. And I missed that. Oh my goodness. I needed that. Missing that is just... Well, let's find out how we do this time. Okay. I didn't intend to skip that one, but I went and did it anyways. And let's get down into the water. Nope, I missed. There's no way I can make that. Okay, so let's... I want to do... I want to succeed on this, and the fact that I'm failing is just hurting me inside. Okay, we've got the momentum. We've gotten the watches so far. Let's skip that one. Okay, that... I'm gonna miss out on that one, but I missed that one too. Oh my freaking... I've lost so much time. I don't think I can recover the mistakes there. Okay, got that. Dive down. If we can make this, it's going to be way too close, but I'm pretty sure we can't. No. Okay, this is the last one. If I can't make this, I'm just going to stop this because it's more frustrating than anything at this point. I'm gonna be quiet so I can focus. So you guys get to watch this for a moment while I focus. I'm so annoyed with that. I have to get all of the timers, and there's just so many times where I lose all of my momentum. I'm so annoyed by that. Oh. I had thoughts to say, but my frustration is winning out for just the briefest of moments. But it was nice going and learning the other side of the story. I'm hoping things can turn out well. This, like, as tragic as everything is in this game, it doesn't feel like the kind of game to go, and in the end things are still awful. This feels like more like the kind of game where there's in the end there's hope of doing better kind of thing. Okay. Now, it would almost be humorous if I did need to be on like a timer thing and me just repeatedly trying that time trial just made it so I got the bad end. Because I've had games like that where there's hidden timers and it's like, you didn't do this within a certain amount of time. Congratulations, you unknowingly got the bad end. For a second there, I thought that was No, that is the lighthouse. That... They've gone and messed up the lighthouse.
Blowtorch, please. Now, what's taking that girl so long? She knows I'm not fond of waiting.
Stop! Stop!
Oh, Sigrid. Nice to see that you made it back safely.
The paws don't control the gloom. They make it flower.
Make it flower? What are you rambling on about?
Grandma, I know what happened to Mom. She died trying to save us.
The paws.
No, you don't understand. She and Rufus wanted to stop the gloom from spreading. They tried to make it into the dandelion, but the gloom got her. He tried to save her, but...
You have a kind heart, Siggy. But you must stop believing everything people tell you. You are just like your mother in that respect. And if you think I'll let us all meet our maker because of the words of some driveling bum, you are gravely mistaken.
But he...
Even if he was telling the truth, your mother wouldn't have been in any danger if she had kept away from him in the first place.
What gives you the right to always judge people like that? They were trying to save us!
Sigrid. We all understand you're upset. All this stress would get the better of anyone. And you're just a kid. No wonder you've lost your head. Now, why don't you go have a lie down, and let us take care of things.
Don't touch me!
Manners, young lady. I only want to help.
You want to destroy! That's what you want! That's what all of you want! Gloom you!
Shrimps? Shrimpy!
Well, you know how teenagers are, Doris. I wasn't all that easy myself, was I? Leave her. She just needs to walk it off. And we have very important things to attend to.
Well, that certainly wasn't what I was expecting.
Sigrid, where are you at?
Sigrid, it's Cassius. Answer us. We're getting ready to fight.
Fire at the barge and you fire at me.
Tell me you're joking. Have you lost your wits? You crazy, stubborn, disobedient... Nobody does anything until I give the order. Is that clear? Stay where you are, Sigrid. I'm coming to get you.
I like this little path. This is kind of neat. But how that little scene back then went, that while it wasn't what I was expecting, I did kind of have a suspicion something like that would happen.
Sigrid, I'm on my way. Where are you? What's your location?
I'm right by this island. The barge is just above it, and it's... Grandma, there are flowers here. I think I see apples.
No, that's not possible. Are you sure?
It's just like the stories you told me. I never thought
Sigrid, my dear, you are brave. I give you that. But we simply cannot conform our actions to a child's foolish whims. I am in your debt for helping us come such a long way. But now, it's time to finish what we've started. I am truly sorry, child.
No, don't shoot!
I have to, Sigrid. It is my duty to do so. Our people want this, and I will not be stopped. The best you can do is try and save yourself.
You know how in a previous episode I talked about being doomed to repeat your actions That's kind of what feels like is going on here with Mayor
Hey,
Clout.
down here! Look at me! Oh, please look at me!
Oh, 3, 4, 5. Oh, thank the sparks you're all here. Plus 1 extra, it seems. Are you a Stranvillian?
I am, but I didn't want this. This wasn't the plan. I tried to stop them.
Oh, so this is how it ends. Stranville, destroying everything for good.
Are you Moira? I was told to come see you. I want to put things right.
There's nothing you can do, girl. Take my advice and go home while it still exists. A Nightweaver seed? But it's so big.
It's been modified. My mother invented the technique. I was told you may know how to use it.
Well, if it has all the right qualities. But if there's only one, I don't think we can—
If you touch her, you're dead! You hear me? Take your dirty paws off my girl!
Who is that?
Put that away, Grandma!
I'm not letting them have you too! I have to—
The only thing you have to do right now is shut up for a while.
Sigrid,
I tried to tell you before. You wouldn't listen then, but you will listen now. To me and to Moira.
Moira? The Moira?
The very same. And on that ship was our last chance to keep the gloom away until your granddaughter came along.
Sigrid? How is she involved in all this? She shouldn't—
We're using a plant called Nightweaver. Its roots have the ability to tie down gloom. We've been shooting out spores from our airship day and night since that great wave came, but it barely kept the gloom from taking over. And now some geniuses decided to shoot that very ship down.
You're blaming us for trying to defend ourselves? Your people attacked us! You declared war on us!
You think we wanted war? You gave us no choice.
Well, why didn't you just talk to us about—
There's no point in talking if no one will listen. We tried talking to you, both before and after the war. We tried sending messages. We tried sending messengers, and you repeatedly chose not to listen. Too high up on your pedestals with your riches to care about anyone below you. You ripped up the ground we walk on with your cursed drills and sent your own city into the deep.
Well, it takes two to tango, my late husband always said. You blew up the dandelion. Before that, the city was—
I'm sure there was a time for talking, but that time is not now. You're not gonna fight the gloom off by quarreling. Mom used to have this. Did you know that? It's a seed from the Nightweaver. Moira says we might be able to use it.
Iris? Why did she have
There's
to—
no time to explain. Right now, you just have to trust us. You have to trust me.
So you're saying that this seed could eliminate the gloom?
It has the right properties, but one is not enough, I'm afraid.
How does it work?
It's no ordinary seed. It's infused with sparks. That's what Rufus told me. Mom invented the technique.
Well, how about we boost it some more? After all, we do have a spark cannon.
Rufus and Mom tried to take the seeds into the dandelion. They wanted to spread them through the gloom pipes, tried to make it inside through one of them.
Well, I'd rather try something that fails than nothing at all. I think I know the place he referred to. I'll show you the way.
Cassius, recharge the cannon. We have some planting to do.
We have some what to do?
Just start recharging and keep Cloud out of action.
My pleasure, Doris. My pleasure.
All right. Now would you help me get to that pipe?
Oh, we actually have a quest here. I wasn't expecting that. I can't believe it. I'm this close to a Strandvillian. That told me you would come get me if I didn't go to sleep at night. That's... well, let's just say I've heard similar stories. Not that I'm sleeping much at all these days either. Now that my medicine got lost in the crash, it's gonna be even worse. Oh. Well, that's... I don't know where I would find that, to be perfectly honest. Okay, I know that this is got a extremely small chance of being the right way, but just for the sake of it, I'm climbing up here. Yep, I see nothing up here. Where? I don't even know what to look for. I feel like I should be able to find it somewhere close by.
That sight sure brings back memories.
You've done it?
As long as my back would let me. A while longer, to be honest. But they shouldn't be here in our world. When Strandville drilled for Weave Rock year after year, the Earth's mantle cracked, and the rifts went all the way down to their domain. And if we don't repair what has been destroyed, our entire world will eventually fall into theirs.
Oh!
Is that my medication? I'm not sure I'm ready to say thank you given the circumstances. That's understandable. No need to say anything. Well, let's go head off and try and find where the heck everyone else has gone off to. Okay, it feels odd seeing red marks on the navigation compass because it feels like I shouldn't have enemies right now. Let's cutscene instead of just moving forward.
So, a shadow came to you too?
Yes, my oldest daughter. We lost her during the war. When the shadow came around, I just knew it was her. You do too, right, Sigrid? You know who has come to you.
I think so. I just couldn't believe it. But it feels like her.
Wait, are you saying that thing is my daughter?
A shadow of your daughter, at least. A body for a soul who needs to make contact.
Okay, it feels so weird that both of the theories that I had for what happened to Iris are so far currently both correct. One, the shadow is Iris, and two, that Iris was a member of the Whistlers.
This is where Iris...
Now you be a good girl and stay here with Moira. Grandma? No. I'm not letting Iris see her only child walk right into the jaws of the same monster who killed her. Enough is enough. I already know the inside of the dandelion. But... oh, shrimps. You have your whole life ahead of you. I've already lived most of mine, and well, my way of thinking hasn't exactly made things better recently, now has it? It's time to make up for that. She'll be alright. How can you be so sure? Because the two of you are made of the same stuff. Are we? We never agree on anything. And she talked about you like you were monsters. I guess to her, we were. Look, Sigrid. I'm not going to say that I like your grandmother, but I see the way she looks at you. She's so afraid of losing you. She's forgotten to enjoy that you're here. I just wish she'd listen to me. Grandma, I have to go after her. Well, this certainly looks like something that I need to navigate through. Well, it did not take long for her to get caught in the gloom. But, I'll be perfectly honest, this is about how long I thought she would last with the gloom, so, Sigrid, I told you... Grandma, stop. I will take it from here. You don't understand. I can't lose you too. You're forgetting something important, you know? That after I go in there, I will come back out. Just be careful, Shrimp. I didn't get to read that at all. Why was that not one of the lines that was voiced? This feels like a time when any lines we're getting should be voiced. I do love how the navigation is being done to get through here, though. It's amazing. Like, doing all the stuff with the grappling and the movement stuff we've learned through the game so far. I just love that we're just using it all together now in a way that isn't surfing across the water. Now I'm kind of... Now part of me is kind of curious as if these gloom creatures are something more than what we've, like, known so far. These definitely could just be, like, the evil for the sake of evil kind of thing, though. You know what? I'm not going to pick a fight with you guys, and oh, where are we going? Over here. Okay. Why am I so concerned about actually picking those up? Okay, that's not a journal like I was afraid it was for a moment. And did I just grab that from a distance? I did. Oh my goodness. Well, I wasn't aware that that was a thing I could go and do. Huh. That would have made collecting some of these so much easier. But yeah, if that little box appears around them, I could just press the grapple button and it pulls them towards me. The dandelion. Oh, is the serpent the dandelion?
Mother of sparks, the dandelion.
I was about to say I'm going to try and climb it, but it didn't seem like it had a way. But nope, there is a way to climb it. The striders do make me slightly nervous, though. There we go. This is the way I want to go. Oh, no trying to throw me off now. What way are we heading now? Over here. On up we go.
What's happening, Sigrid? Are you inside?
Not yet, but I'm working on it.
I've found another way in. I'm coming after you.
There's more than one of these heads. That's definitely not what I was expecting to find out. Each of the little tendrils off of this, a different one of the heads of those things.
This is it. The dandelion core.
And suddenly a boss battle. Having like an actual boss battle is certainly not what I was expecting. Okay. So it's just trying to drop me into the water there.
Put you back in the ground you came from.
You gonna start dropping 2 on me or no? Dear goodness, I really wish that you had a health bar I could see right now. I'll be perfectly honest about that. Is there like anything I can use to reference for health? No, not really.
Sparks.
Oh, hello there, friends. Well, now we have had 2 of these go down. Breaking that doesn't seem to be doing anything.
Or are these parasites?
So let's... Oh, there's lots of you guys. Okay. So are we going to just repeat the previous phases now, I see?
This ain't over.
Okay, where are you running off to? Ooh. I didn't jump in time, and I'm glad to know that the consequences are not instant death like I had been suspicious that it was going to be. So that's very good and very reassuring.
Sparks.
Okay, so we're just back to this phase again. Simple enough. Don't get hit by the gloom. I say that as I was running straight towards the gloom. I don't think there's any benefit for me like going and breaking these out. Running back to the center. It's gonna go spawn. Ooh, it's gonna spawn lots of these guys. Definitely. I was gonna say definitely a chance to go and use the AoE, but the AoE is not what I want to be using right then, it seems like. Oh, and you're just stopping right there. Oh, now it's dropping 2 as it runs away. Ow. Let's not fall into that. Okay, now let me hit you more than like 1 or 2 times. There we go. Made it back over here just fine. Oops, I almost fell into the gloom again. And back. This is definitely taking a lot more than I was expecting it to. Sigurd's being a lot more vocal than I was expecting.
Sigurd, you've placed the seed, right? They're getting ready to fire soon.
Too busy to talk, Grandma.
Just try to hurry. I'm almost there.
I see that side's falling. I was just starting to question if those things were just going to constantly be there attacking now, but no, they aren't. I do definitely feel like we should be done soon. Like, if there ends up being another phase of that after this, that will feel like a phase too many. Oh good, that was the end. Okay, how do I plant the seed? No, really, I don't know how. Like, it's lighting up, but uh I legitimately don't know how to go and like plant the seed. Is it? Can I like jump in there? No? I hate this. I'm pressing the wrong button. That's what's going on.
It's done. Deep breaths, my darling. Waves are crashing. We are still far from shore. Know that I've got you.
She's at peace now, don't you think? What's the matter with Anita?
Easy, Doris. Nothing's wrong with her. I just thought it rude to leave an old lady in distress.
I have a feeling that particular lady knows how to take care of herself.
We did it, y'all. We sparkin' did it. Whoa, look at these weeds.
Solid stuff. I've never walked on ground that wasn't rock or sand.
You did well, all of you. Eventually. And without you, my dear girl, we never would have made it.
I saw right away that she was made of the right stuff.
Bravest little pirate there ever was. Isn't she, Doris?
Sigrid, you've done such... Why can't I just do this?
Grandma,
No, I have to do this. When Iris was a kid, John always took care of the mushy stuff. But when he wasn't around anymore and we lost Iris, when it was just you and me, I didn't know how to handle my own feelings, much less yours. I put a roof over your head, fried some herring for dinner, and wiped your nose. But the rest, I just couldn't... I'm so sorry, Shrimpy.
You didn't only feed me. You taught me how to use a wrench, and a hammer, and a blowtorch.
Not sure you can say you've learned to use something when you've almost burned the house down with it a few weeks ago.
You might be right about that.
I guess we'll have to keep practicing. Both that and the mushy stuff.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
So, what do we do now that we won?
This isn't a victory. It's a second chance.
The girl is right. This is where the real work begins. We have ground to walk upon, but we need to learn how to cultivate it without depleting it. The rifts are sealed, but we still have to get rid of the rest of that wretched gloom.
How long will it take to fix this? When will everything be back to normal?
There's no fixed, dear. And I don't think any one of us knows what normal is anymore. It's a lifetime's work. What we end up with, only time can tell.
As long as no new fools come around and start ruining things, I'm sure we can keep things in order.
Untie me, you wretched cretin! I demand to be released.
I'm afraid I can't do that, sir, but if you just allow me to...
Word from Candle Hill. Seems the plants are growing there too. Apparently, a big stem of some kind has pierced right through the canteen. Get some rest, folks. Then we have work to do.
That was really good. I enjoyed Wavetale a whole lot. I like how everything resolved. Part of me is sad that like there was no reuniting with Iris. Like that was something that was like always in like the back of my mind as something to hope to see, but how it got resolved, well, there was a reuniting with Iris. It's just not the one I would have really liked to have seen, but the one they had, I think it was the best for the story. It was impactful, it was done well. The grandma character not being good at like the emotional stuff, I understand that all too well. And, like to a certain degree, that not being able to like do the like mushy emotional stuff, that's something that I like fear that I wouldn't be able to do if I ever had kids. Because there are times where I just definitely am not good at that sort of stuff, and so seeing that scene at the end hit me very, I wouldn't say hard, but it hit me in a very unexpected way. But this this game was really good from start to finish. Uh, my commentary was all over the place throughout this, but hopefully you guys will pardon that. I'm trying to like go and just get everything recorded before heading to visit my own family and such. And with this having been finished, when it did, I might actually be able to sneak in another series of recording or record another series for a short indie game if I can find one. uh I know one of the games I've been playing in my free time because uh I'm not going to go and record every single game I play because there are some I don't that I want to record but I don't because of like copyright music issues. Uh some that I don't because I know the company that makes them doesn't like people uploading videos of the games and such. And a couple are just well, a couple it's just I I don't have to play a game and record it because if I tried to do that with every game that I have, eventually I would stop finding games fun. Like eventually games wouldn't be enjoyable and like something that I'm trying to do is a professional thing. It would just become a professional thing and I would lose my enjoyment in games. But yeah, I am thinking about trying to sneak in another short indie game if I can manage it, or maybe a demo of a game. I might uh isn't isn't the Steam Next Fest soon, if I remember right? If it is, I might go check out some of the demos and maybe record a demo of a game and such. Because I know that there are a couple games I was interested in that I think have demos, so I might go check those out and just do little one-shot videos of those. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this game. I definitely did. I love well, I can't say I loved everything, but I love 99% of this game. Like the environment was amazing. And yes, the 1% of stuff I do not love is that last time trial. Everything else great. But yeah, the environment was amazing. Learning the story was amazing. The music is amazing. The combat was not necessary, but it was an enjoyable addition. Uh, the the final little boss thing that did feel like it carried on just a tad too long, but it luckily stopped before I could definitively say, yeah, this has gone on too long. Like, well, you guys just would have seen a short while ago me going, yeah, this has gone too long. But looking at this, is that like an hour and a half now? So I definitely could have broken this down into two videos, but I think this is just one long video works. I'm, I'm sorry to everybody in this, but I'm going to go and skip the credits. I don't like skipping the credits, but yeah. Oh, we have free play mode now. Okay, that's fine with me. That works with one of the things I wanted to do before, which was checking out the scrapbook a little. So, where is this even? It must be somewhere way beyond the gloom fog, even past where the wave came from. I don't think I'd dare to travel that far just yet. I'm still wrapping my head around this place. Okay. Needle prick peaks. Some weird piece of jewelry. Maybe. I prefer Miss Starlet's designs. Sleepy triplets. It's kind of neat seeing all of this. See, that looks really cool. And it would have been neat to see, like, that as, like, a fully functional thing. Also, this makes me think of Dark Cloud and... the level 5 games, I think all are, like, super heavy on copyright stuff, so I don't think I'll ever get to, like, play Dark Cloud on the channel. Maybe through some, like, bastion of luck in the future, I'll be able to play it for you guys, but right now I don't think I'm going to get to. But yeah, it's neat seeing all of these and such. Seeing this picture, what the towers were like back in the past, is really neat. Oh, we've got the little ship there. I love the little, like, cutaway of sleeping down in the bottom of it. So, I'm not going to go through everything. I'm going to kind of, like, show some stuff here, but you guys should go check this game out for yourself. You can go check all of that out for yourselves. We're now at, like, an hour and 30 minutes, so I think I should call things to an end here now. But thank you all so very much for tuning in. I truly hope you enjoyed this game. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like on the video. If you enjoy the content I make, please subscribe to the channel. I hope you have a wonderful day or night depending on when you're watching this, and I hope to see you again in a future video or stream. Once again, thank you all so very much. I cannot express in words with my existing vocabulary just how much I do truly appreciate you guys tuning in and watching the videos.